This message is for the sign of Cancer, Cancer or Cancer cross watcher. I have something immediately. I was drawn to pick up the green marker for you today, and I felt, okay, someone's going to open their heart. Someone's ready to talk, to share, to be open. Someone holds space for you. This could be reversed. You could hold space for another. You could be ready to talk, ready to love, but definitely heart-centered. Yes. Heart-centered. I was also drawing, like, you probably can't see it from that far away, but there's like a tiny little leaf or an herb, something to do with herbs or herbal tea or tinctures, herbs. I get like some sort of spices, something specific about that. So whoever needed that. But there is a heart-centered energy. Now it is a little messy because the green is kind of bleeding. The green is bleeding around the point of the pen. So maybe someone's gonna spill their heart. Or they at least long to. No, I think someone's gonna do it, because when I think of herbs and stuff, and then I'm talking about teas and spices, I think of opening you up, like a refreshment, something that makes you feel better. It comforts you, it soothes you, you know. It's usually natural healing. It's good communication I'm getting. There's some sort of good communication even being had, or it's coming from you or to you. You guys ever heard of a mason? I know nothing about it, but I think it's, I don't even want to speak on it because I actually know nothing about it. But here's what I think I know about it. I could be completely ignorant and wrong. Something to do with, well, let's look it up. Shit, what am I doing? Something to do with males, right? Like I think it's all males. Males are Masons, Freemasons. I don't know why I'm picking that up. Is somebody a Freemason here? Freemason. What does being a Freemason mean?
According to Britannica, Freemasonry, the teachings and practices of the fraternal, men-only, order of free and accepted Masons, the largest worldwide secret society, an oath-bound society, often devoted to fellowship, moral discipline, and mutual assistance, that conceals at least some of its rituals, customs, or activities from the public.
It's like a cult in a way. No disrespect to the Freemasons, but really, I mean, if you have to be a member, I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean it's bad. I know nothing about it. Like I said, I'm ignorant on Freemasons. I know nothing, but I'm hearing it. So maybe that, I don't know, something to do with the Freemason here. I'm picking up on it strong. Or they are friends with them, or they've dabbled in it, or they've considered it, or they do something that's like it. They could be involved in a men's group, something all men. It could have nothing to do with Freemasons, and that was a tiny little tidbit of information. Maybe it was relevant somehow, but I just kept going. I don't know, but take it as it resonates. Let's keep going. Men only, secret society, good communication, spill their heart. Oh, there could be a masculine here who is talk to one of their buddies. It could be someone in one of their masculine groups. They could be best friends, they could be brothers, or actual brothers or family, or they consider each other family or brothers. This is an older masculine. 30s and above. But I would say like 40s and above. Doesn't have to be though. But for sure over 30. Over 30. This is so specific. All right, so this masculine here is opening, dogs in the background, opening up to another male. And I think this man is, I don't really know what he's telling this guy because I'm getting mixed signals. One minute I'm feeling like, because heart-centered, right? Green, heart chakra. Maybe he's telling this man he is in love with someone, or he's talking about the love for his partner if he has one. He's talking about the love he has for a person he wants. He's opening up somehow, but then he's also like playing a game. So is this a married man? This could be a man who's married, or maybe a man who's sworn to, well, also secrecy in some way, but Maybe he's having someone swear in secrecy to not say what he's telling them. Somehow this is a man that is not, he's like forbidden to have something. He's got, in some way, maybe it's because they work together, something like that, right? Because you think about Freemason, it's men only. But if a woman got in, it'd be like, oh, or I don't know. It's like I've got to play my cards right. Playing their cards right. Or could be reversed. You could be playing your cards right with a male like this or a masculine like this. It could go either way, or you could be the masculine, but someone's being smart and coming almost from like a business angle or a very, you know, someone's coming from like a business angle, or they're coming from a particular angle that's very alpha. It's very masculine, but it's also like deep down there's more in there than they're letting on, because we're talking about the heart chakra here. There's more in there than they're letting on, and they're letting on, but not to the person that they care for. They're letting on to it in their men group or whatever, their male, I'm hearing male-dominated society. I don't know. Again, I'm not saying this is a bad male or he has ill intentions, but he's definitely playing a game. He's being strategic. He's watching his moves. He's being very careful. Like, it's a super alpha energy. It's very masculine. It's very leader. I could see this person leading an organization of men or having like a dominant role in the male society. Like, oh my God, it's so windy. You think that was the wind? I don't know if it translated on the video, but holy shit. It's like blown away. Someone's blown away. Just blown the fuck away. Sorry, I'm vulgar, but yeah, someone's just blown. That's it. Oh my God. Somebody no way. Here we go. This is very specific. Look, Aquarius's message was very specific. You may want to watch that one too. But here we go. There could be a man who's in a male-dominated society. Let me get it out before I forget. And he is wanting, maybe he's changing his views. Something came through. A wind, a breeze, windy, a wind, just, it was a breeze. Not really, maybe. But more so, it was an awakening. They had an awakening, and they realized, like, yeah, they're not completely out of what they're in. They do still hold some of the principles and values or something, but they're changing, and they're like, oh, shit, now, and they have such a dominant role in what they're in, so they're like, oh, I've got to be really strategic how I get out of this or how I go about my next moves, because they're actually wanting to kind of venture off into another area. This is someone who's actually wanting to do something else, and so they can't do it without, this dog will not stop barking, you hear it? This person cannot do it without like being strategic about it. They have to be very smart, but I think they know the direction in which they want to go now. They know what decision they want to make. Could be in a male-dominated society or a group that they're in, something they are in, or it has to do with a relationship they're in, and it has to do with something. But somehow, some way, friends or like men around them are very important. I know this is specific, so I'm sorry for those of you it doesn't resonate for. I wish I could say, I feel it's a female, it could be a female. I don't think it is. Not in this one. This is a man, okay? This is a man, and I see a bunch of men. I don't know what to say, but I'm feeling a little anxious here. Freemason duties. I'm not going to read on the Freemasons anymore just because I don't think it's actually part of the message. If it is, for some of you, it's not the whole message, you know? I just feel like there's someone here who I'm telling you, the wind was very important. It was shocking. Something blew this man, this masculine, whoever they are. It blew this person away. If this is you, it blew you away. And it's like, it was like you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't deny there's something there. You can't really see the wind, but you can't deny there's something there. You can't deny that this point of view, you can't deny that what you felt, that wind moved the house. You can't deny that wasn't something. It's like somebody may even be changing their beliefs. Someone may be changing their partner. Someone could be changing their perspective. They're changing something. They're changing their direction on something. Changing their heart because they've been blown away by something that could be nothing other than the truth. It's so evident, it's so clear, there's no need to explain it. It just is what it is, right? When it's truth, you just know. And it's like this male is no, I'm not saying this isn't a strong male, this is a very strong masculine. Very, very strong masculine. And, but also has a really big heart. I feel like this masculine is more sensitive than your average masculine. This could be someone who does care for people, even if there's people they don't, they could do without. Everybody's got some of those. But for the most part, they try to be very fair and very understanding and open-minded with people. I do feel that. But they also stand by, they're strong and strict on their things too, whoever this is. But something has happened to completely, just wake someone up here and get them to be like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, this would be like if a man led a group of an all-male, let's just say it like this because it's all I can think about, like an all-male Christian group. And maybe this man led the group, like the group was based on making your marriage last. But let's say this man was in a very toxic marriage, and maybe they didn't realize that when they'd all meet up and get the wives together and stuff. This is very specific. But when their doors were closed and they were home, this man was really with somebody who's, let's just say the relationship it's just not great. It's really not. It looked like it was, it seemed like it was for a while, but deep down when you get into it, it's really not that great. And but it's been a wonderful learning lesson, and maybe this masculine wakes up and realizes, oh my, like a wind comes through. They get, how like the wind can come through and blow out like a hot water heater when you got to go light it again. It's like that. And perhaps this male has their fire lit again, their fuse lit again, but I'm hearing litigation, but they are with someone and they also lead a bunch of men to not leave who they're with, but they never considered it from different perspectives. Like, well, what if it's abusive? What if it's not healthy? What if it's not good for either one of you? What if, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of what ifs. And it's like, oh, we just got to stick it out anyway because we should torture ourselves. And this male is like, no. So now they have to figure out how they're going to leave the group, how they're going to tell the other men now that they've been telling not to do that, not to get divorced and stuff, how they're going to tell them, hey, I was only seeing life from one perspective, and now I've had some things happen where I realize things are not always so narrow. There's a lot of things we don't realize that we think we do, and I'm seeing that. So like now this male is gonna have to teach these men a completely different curriculum. You know what I mean? Or not bother with it at all and realize that's their own journey to figure it out and go about his business, not be in a group at all, It's kind of like that. Now, I don't know if that's the story, but that was very specific, so it must be somewhere, some way for somebody watching this video. But it's like, it's so clear. It's so absolutely clear that someone knows what they need to do, but they're not impulsive. They also don't want to take too much time because they realize that time is of the essence, right? What is time anyway? But the next second isn't promised. This could be my last video. You never know. So I think this is someone who's realizing they're not realizing, they've known. This is a very mature person. But that being said, I think they're under a lot of stress. They've been under a lot of stress or pressure because they're trying to figure out what the fuck they need to do. Because it's like I totally get it. I was going to say, how do I explain this? But I know how to explain it because I'm going through it. Like, I'm in a completely different place in my life now than I was for, I would say, 30 years. So it's like I had this 30-year experience. It was whatever it was. I'm not going to get into it. It'll be a 5-hour long video. And I went through a lot of changes. I went through a whole lot of changes and a lot of peeling away the layers, a whole lot of transformations. I'm still me, you know, I'm still there, but I'm also realizing a different aspect and different aspects of myself every single day. So I'm on a different journey now. So I feel like, even though I'm like much wiser mentally, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely 35. But, well, sometimes I feel like I'm 50s, 60s, 70s because of the experience I've had. But what I'm going through on the outside in life is very much like a newborn. It's like I'm starting all over. Someone knows they're going to be starting all over and they haven't had to start all over in a while. Not this way. Maybe not since they were a child. It's been very, for the most part, yeah. And I think this is someone who is gonna venture off their current perspective path that they've been on because they've learned a lot from it, but it's hit the wall. You know, it's at a dead end. There's other things to see and uncover. There's other levels to advance, and Spirit has allowed this person to awaken. And now that they've awakened, they're like, okay, here we go. You know, again, I'm getting a game show. I know I've been watching a game show lately, but I'm getting it in yours too, where it's like I see this man, he's like strategizing. All right, looking around at the other players, looking around at their life, the people involved that they're going to have to make the most careful moves with. They know these people well. This is a very good player. A player in the game of life. I don't mean a player, but like, you know what I mean? So I think this is a good person, but they're under a lot of pressure because they're starting over. And if anybody knows that, right here. It's like, it feels wrong. It feels like you're doing something wrong because it's like, oh no, I'm setting myself back. But it's like, are you? Or are you just kind of resetting? Are you setting yourself back or are you resetting? And when you reset, you start over. And it's not always fun when you start over. It fucking sucks. It's not always fun. It's never fucking fun. It's not when you have to start completely over. It's like when a house burns down and you lose everything, you have to start completely over. That's a bitch. But then once you do, it's like, well, the past is in the past. You know, you can't really do anything about it. You'll take it with you. You know, you can't leave it behind because it's still a part of who you are. But you have to learn to live with who you are now, what you've got now. And be thankful for what you have now. Thankful that a new home is being rebuilt for you. Something like that. Because things could always be worse. It's like, you know. So we have someone being very careful here, but they will be speaking in the near future. They have good communication. They want to open their heart and speak from the center. And it's not going to just be words though, because love is an action word. The heart, love. Someone's going to show their love. They're not just going to say it. And it's going to be irrefutable. And that's not my word. That's not my word, guys. When have I ever said irrefutable? I don't even know where that came from. That's a word, I know it is, but hopefully it means someone's smart here. They have a great vocabulary. They could know a couple languages maybe for some, or they're like a scholar of some sort. They're just really fucking smart. This is someone who's really smart. Could be an air sign for some. A Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. I don't know, I get that. Doesn't have to be though. All right. Irrefutable definition.
Here's the definition of irrefutable.
Yay!
Impossible to deny or disprove.
I'm glad I just let myself go and speak whatever comes through and think about it later, because that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Irrefutable. Do you know at the end of the word irrefutable is table? And I just drew a circle around it, which makes me think of the round table, which is very like king-like, knight-like, authoritative, like leader, captain. This is someone who's going to get people together and they're going to do what they have to do, and they already are, and they're going to then, once they get every piece that they need situated, then they'll make it through. Then they'll have this conversation and show their love. That's what I'm getting. Damn. All right, guys. Well, I guess we should say may the best player win, because I'm seeing a game piece, you know, in the sense of not playing with people's emotions and things, but game is in, there's always a time. There's always a ticker, a clock, a stop clock, and it is counting down. And this is someone who's very well aware. They're well aware. All right, guys, love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.